There was a video that came out where you, the Iron Sheik, and Honky Tonk Man we're talking about the Chris Benoit double murder and suicide.
Yeah.
Did you know Chris Benoit at all?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay. So for those that don't know, Chris Benoit killed his wife and his 7-year-old son and then killed himself.
Right.
And when it happened, I guess certain, wrestling stars were trying to defend him and so forth.
Yeah.
But you felt very differently.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Nancy and I were friends. And we was cool when we would do shows in Philly mainly. We go to the bar. And after she had a few drinks, she was like, New Jack, you want me to my room? You know what I mean? And I was like, I said, Nancy, I got you, don't worry about it. So I'll walk into her room and make sure she got in the room all right, and I'll go back to the bar. And we would travel together sometimes. And when he killed her, it didn't register to me that that's who he had killed. Because they kept saying the wife of Chris Benoit. They never said her name, and I didn't put two and two together. So finally, when I did, I was like, that mother, and I was like, for everybody that's got something good to say about it, they can suck my, you know what I mean? I was like, that I'm not going to that mother aid. I'm not going to be standing behind him talking about how good of a wrestler he was. I think he's a piece of shit. And everybody that didn't agree with me, I told them, y'all can all eat my ass. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about none of you.
That's an absolutely horrific story. And along with that story, people tried to pin him doing that on CTE and brain damage, concussions, and so forth. But you don't feel any of that related to
he never got hit in the head. I'll show you tapes of Benoit putting his hand up in the way of taking a chair shot. You know what I mean? He never got hit in the head. So that was maybe steroids, but it wasn't no guy that you just mentioned. It wasn't that. That never happened.
Well, in the process of this conversation, that kind of developed over Chris Benoit, you had made a comment that, ECW was seen as violent and dangerous, but only one person died while you were there, whereas WWE has about 3 people die a year.
Yeah.
Who died in ECW?
Louis Fagoli.
How did he die?
Pills. Overdose.
Okay. How many people have died in WWE?
A few. A lot.
Okay. Because you had mentioned that Vince McMahon had blood on his hands and he keeps getting away with murder.
Yeah.
Explain that.
I mean, okay. Owen Hart, when he died. Okay. He died at a show in the ring. And Vince still had the show. The show went on. And his wife sued him. I think she sued him. You know what I mean? But it was like every time something would happen with one of his wrestlers, he would brush it over like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? And time would go by, and he's like, okay, we'll let that go away, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, how in the fuck is this guy, every time somebody dies, he gets away with it? And that's why I said he had blood on his hands. Because so many people kept dying in that company, and they just had a guy die like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember Vince was on Real Sports like a long time ago, and they were asking about all the people who died and so forth. And I remember he got mad and like hit the guy's paper out of his hands.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No.
When you talk about the WWE, you've never been a part of that.
No.
I guess you made a comment that you heard that when speaking about you, Vince said that he wouldn't hire you because he can't control you.
Right.
Okay, do you believe that?
Yeah.
Okay. But on the flip side, people also look at you as you being a financial liability, with the stuff that you do. I mean,
True.
Suing Smoky Mountain is a whole lot different than suing the WWE. You're not going to get very much out of Smoky Mountain.
No.
Or the ECW, which ended up going bankrupt. But
Right.
the WWE is a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Right.
I believe it's a public corporation. You can buy stock in WWE.
Yeah.
What do you think overall about Vince McMahon?
I think he's a piece of shit. Plain and simple, he's a piece of shit.
And why is that exactly?
Because of all the stuff that he's done. You know what I mean? He'll bring people in, and when their run is up, he'll embarrass them. He'll maybe go out and have a match, and it'll be some degrading ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's known for. They had him on that one night where he called somebody with John Cena. And I was just like, what the And he continues to do that shit, and he continues to get away with it. And I'm just like, what, dude? I mean, I wouldn't last 2 weeks in WWE.
Well, I remember I interviewed Mark Henry, who was, a big star in WWE. And we talked about a situation where there was a storyline where they were referring to the black wrestlers as silverback gorillas.
Yeah.
And he approached Vince about this, and he said that Vince supported him and asked him to approach the writers, and they got it taken out. But overall, Mark spoke highly about Vince and the organization. Do you feel that WWE is a racist organization when it comes to the black wrestlers?
Yeah, because they always got the black guy doing stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? They come out dancing and tap dancing and wearing dresses and eating cereal and all that silly ass shit. You know what I mean? The motherfucker is like retarded.